Hey girls, this video is going to be a long one, so get comfortable and let's chat. I do not have my glasses on. I am as blind as a bat and I'm not wearing contacts. When I came back from the RE's office Friday, I lost a pair of my best glasses. 2 days later, I lost another pair and I only had two pairs. So let me tell you, I can almost not function without my glasses. I have no idea where they are. Since I came back, I am not doing too well. So let's chat. I'm gonna try to see if I can have this video under 20 minutes, but I have lots and lots to talk about. I just want to give you a bigger picture of what's going on and why I have not said yes. What am I doing? Am I going to do the IVF or am I giving up? So get ready, get comfortable, and let's do this, okay? First of all, this video, it is not to complain about my life, to say, pull me, it's not. I have a really good life. I have absolutely nothing to complain about. I have a great husband, very supportive. He wants to do whatever I want to do. It pisses me off sometimes, just if you don't want to do something, tell me, don't do it just because of me. But it is a good quality. I have absolutely two amazing kids. I am biased, I know it, but I have two amazing kids. They are, almost like our friends. We talk to them about anything and everything, and it is lovely to have them. So I am not complaining at all. We are not rich. We don't live in a mansion in Canada. We're not driving the Bentley. We do what we can. So I absolutely am not complaining about my life. Okay, let's go back to the time I went to see the RE. When I went there, I already told you guys, the first thing he said to us was, your age is, what is against you, your age, right off the bat. And I told you before, guys, I appreciate the way he is. He tells it like it is, and that is my kind of doctor. But I did not get a lot of answers to all the questions that I have. My problem is right now, any question that I have, I do not have anybody to ask. I cannot just pick up the phone to call them and be on the phone with them. It is the hardest thing. I called a few times to talk to their financial expert slash nurse. I called, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times until she finally called me, and when she called me, we were not on the phone for more than 2 minutes. So my first problem is, I wanted to have an IUI. I wanted to give it a try to see, because I do not know the reason why I am not getting pregnant. The doctor does not know the reason why I am not getting pregnant. So that's why I wanted to give it one try before I go to IVF or give up. So he told us that doing an IUI is wasting our money. The best thing to do is to do an IVF. So I did not push. I left it at that, and right now I feel like I would love to do that. I would love to do that. Not only because it is much cheaper. I could do it at least 3, 4, 5 times if I decide to. It's just $400 and $200 to wash the sperm, and I mean, it will cost me the most $1,000 to do that. But it's not just for the money, it's just to give it a try. I don't have to go through all this medication and all this hormone and all this trip back and forth, 13 trip to go to another province. I mean, it is hard. We have 2 kids. They are very active. So I wanted to give it one more try. So that's off the table. So I've been feeling like, it's like I feel like I've been robbed from, what I want to do. I mean, I am paying you. You cannot tell me, this is not good and this is what you want to do. What I want to do has absolutely, you have no regard to what I want to do. So that's the one thing. The other thing is, when I went there, he said if we choose to do IVF, we'll have to do a 3-day transfer, meaning after they take the egg, they retrieve the eggs, they will put the sperm in it, and they will do the transfer after only 3 days. Most doctors, they love doing a 5-day transfer because the embryo is a blast. It is the best quality of embryo you can get, and they transferred the chance is much higher for the embryo to implant. But he told us that if we decide to go with IVF, we will not be able to do a 5-day transfer. We'd have to do a 3-day transfer because of my age and my husband's age. He said we would have to do a 3-day transfer. I wanted to do a chromosome and genetic test on the embryo before I do the transfer. Yes, it will cost more, but it will tell us exactly, we do not have trisomy 13, 21, and we don't have a Down syndrome and all that. This is a subject that I do not want to talk about here. I just wanted to let you guys know this is something that we wanted to do. We wanted to test the embryo first before we go to all this. Reason one is because if you know that the embryo has some chromosome disorder or problem or whatever they call it, you know for a fact that you will have a miscarriage, very soon. 6 weeks into the pregnancy, you can miscarry because you have a chromosome problem. And he said because the eggs we get, they may not last longer than 3 days because they keep on dying and dying. If you don't retrieve a lot, like he said, I may not get a lot of eggs. So that's why he would want to do a 3-day transfer, and you cannot do chromosome testing on embryo that are so it's not young, so early on. You cannot do chromosome testing. So this is the other problem that we have with my age. One last thing I'm gonna talk about, the chromosome problem with my age, and I do have a lot of problem. I have 3 herniated disc on my back. I find myself spending a lot of time in bed. I quit a really good job with the government because I cannot sit for more than an hour at a time. It just hurts. My back compresses and put a lot of pressure on my spine. I have to lie down. I have to do something else. So with my husband's age, we would like to have the healthiest baby. Anybody here who would like to have a baby, that's what you want. You want to have a healthy baby. So that is problem number 2. So we are sitting here, guys, after 4 days. Is that 4 days? We went Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days. We are still, in the dark. We just do not know what we are going to do. Are we going to move forward? What are we going to do? So I called the nurse / the finance advisor they have. I couldn't reach her. I spent 2 days waiting for her call. She never called. She's so busy and so this, so that. And I wanted to talk to her about, financial matters. So when I finally got to her, and she couldn't give me a really straight answer. The thing is, what they are asking us to do is to do ICSI. For some of you probably know what it is. I don't remember the long name. It's a thing when you go for IVF. they take the sperm, they take one of the best healthy sperm with a needle, thin needle, and then they put it directly into the egg. For some people with good motility, good morphology, good count, they just take the sperm they washed and they put it around the egg, and the strongest sperm will penetrate the egg and will fertilize the egg. But she said because of my age and Dawn's age, they want to make sure that the egg will penetrate the sperm will penetrate the egg, so they will have to do ICS, whatever. I don't have my paper to tell you exactly the name, but that's the process of it. They take the one sperm, put it directly into the egg to fertilize the egg, and this is a $2,000 process. So anyway, it is adding up. And my other problem that I have is, he told us that we have a 25% chance of getting pregnant. That's what many of my friends here are asking. 25%, if I take it, because it's 25%, it's not zero. 25%, let me tell you how it goes. It's not 25% chance that I will get pregnant and bring home a healthy baby. 25% chance is you might get a positive pregnancy test. And like I said, with the chromosome problem we might have is, you may get a positive pregnancy test. That doesn't mean you're gonna carry the baby to term, to 9 months, and have a healthy baby. Within 6 weeks, when you have an embryo that has chromosome problem, you will miscarry. I mean, there is no doubt about it, especially with trisomy 21. You will miscarry. Usually they don't go longer than that. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because I'm just going with the research that I have done. So the 25% chance is extremely low, considering, because we are given a 1 out of 4 to get pregnant, not a guarantee that we will go more than a couple weeks after we get the positive pregnancy test. So in all, it might be like a 5% chance that we might bring home a baby. So when you really think about it, I mean, to be honest with you guys, if I did not have a child and I was 25, or I was my age, I was 42, and I will rob a bank. I know myself, I will rob a bank to get that money to do it. But when you look at it, it's not that I don't want this baby just as bad as I wanted to have my 2 kids. I do want this baby probably much more than I ever wanted to have kids. I was never this prepared for my 2 kids. I was not. I mean, there's nothing I don't have. Psychologically, I'm ready. Physically, I don't know. But I am ready to have another child. But at what price? When 5 years ago, I discovered that I had a really bad back problem. I cannot even remember if I talked about this at the beginning of the video already. If I did, I apologize, guys. It's just my brain is just like a pregnant woman. And I was working for the federal government. I was doing a very demanding job, and I had to quit the job because I couldn't sit for a long time. I couldn't stand up for a long time. So I had to be home. So with 3 herniated discs in my back, and I know how difficult it will be for me to carry another child. When I was pregnant with my second child, I had a load of problems. I had to bed rest since the time I was 4 months pregnant with my second child until I gave birth. And remember, I had a 2.5-year-old at that time. And my pelvic bone completely open. Your pelvic bone is this tight. And when I carry this baby, I carry him so low and my pelvic bone open like this. And caused me a lot and a lot of problem walking. I felt like the baby was coming out. I couldn't bend down, I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit, I couldn't do this. So it was a hard pregnancy. So it's thinking, you know what, I am a happy camper with my boys, but I will go on in life if I don't do this. Always thinking I wish I had a third child, but at what price? I wish it could have come naturally, but you know what? It's the thing in life, you cannot get everything you want. Thank God I have everything I need. I have a good husband, I have a good family, I have good kids, good friends, and sometimes you think, okay, when is enough enough? So I have 8 to 9 days until my period starts, and I have to make the decision to call the clinic to say yes, I'm coming, or no, I'm not coming. And I will call the clinic whether I'm going or not going, because until right now, guys, I still do not know what we are going to do. My husband is not talking about this anymore, because I've been so sad and I've been crying, and I think he doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want to bring much more pain. He doesn't want me to start crying, but he's not talking, and I do not talk to him about it again because I know where he stands. He said, it's hard to go put $25,000-$30,000 on something that we don't know we're gonna get. So this is where we at right now. So I have just 6 days to decide what's gonna happen, and it is the hardest place to be. I do not hope this on anybody, because I always wanted to have a baby, and for the past 2 years, every day I wake up, I had it in my mind. I always had my prenatals, my folic acid, my maca, my this, my that, doing my research and all that. And now I'm unsure what's going to happen. I know we're not gonna be able to get pregnant naturally. And am I taking my folic acid? Am I gonna keep taking my prenatal vitamins? So it is the worst place to be, and I hope that nobody. So this is some of my concerns and my problem, and you have not heard half of it. So let me tell you guys, it is 17 and a half minutes, and I have things to talk about for another 17 minutes, but I'll spare you today, and I'll come back again later to let you guys know how I feel about the UAE. Thank you for watching, guys. Keep watching, and good luck to some of you who are still trying to conceive, and I hope and pray that you'll get your miracle baby soon, and hope to see you again soon. Ciao.